Hi everybody. So, some of you are curious about the results with the psychiatrist who came. So, yes, we had to go and pick the psychiatrist up from the neighboring village, and which meant that we had time to talk with him before we brought him here. My husband advised me not to speak about any of the cluster B or narcissistic or borderline opinion I have on the subject, and let him judge for himself without being influenced by what I have to say, which was reasonable, I thought. So the only thing on the way here that I said to him, except answer his questions, was that she fell, hit herself, okay, and has some kind of what can I call it? Delusions at some points in the day. That she mixes past and present, that she mixes names in facts and things that have happened, that she doesn't remember little things like using her phone when she just used it like 5 minutes ago, doesn't remember having had conversation with certain people. Anyway, so the doctor came and I was in the room too. They both wanted me to be there, and he started asking her different questions and all that. He stayed about an hour and a half. Then we had to take him back. He talked a lot about the alcohol to her and the fact that it changed her personality, and that was not a good thing. He tried and make her feel, like she had to think of her 8 grandchildren and her daughters, and if it continued like this, would soon be drinking too, and talked to her about a clinic, told me in front of her that what I was trying to do was not proper, care. I couldn't take care of somebody who's an alcoholic and try and restrain her drinking and all that by giving her a drink, so that was probably much better for her to be in a clinic, and not probably much better, for sure much better for her to be in a clinic and taken care of sorry, normally. And then when we left, he said to me she doesn't have dementia, she doesn't have Alzheimer, her brain works really good, well. All this mix-up that she has is because of the alcohol restriction she's going through, and that she has to be in a clinic. She can't take care of herself anymore, and it's not proper for me to take care of her here. Also, she can't be living in the countryside because like he said it on his own, no woman is going to come and take care of her and live in the countryside and put up with her for very long. So it's a wrong period to test that, being the summer. We're getting into the summer season. And when I mean summer season, it's because it's our work, okay? So we're going to be very busy and all that, and it's not a perfect time to look for, to let it, to delay that, which should happen, which is her getting into a clinic. So anyway, on our way back, he didn't talk about any personality disorder or anything. He wrote to me a paper that you need, for that you need to go to a judge, and then in case she doesn't want to go on her own will in a clinic, and we have to put her. So the paper writes, he says that she has severe depression and melancholia, which drove her to drinking for many years now, and she's addicted to alcohol, to the wine anyway, which kind of plays a big role in her life and her social skills and her relationship with other people. That she's had accidents, and she drives, and she shouldn't be driving and all that. Anyway, so now we're looking for a clinic. We've kind of I mean, there's days where she understands that she needs to go in clinic, and there's days where hours of the days, not days, hours of the days where she's like totally against it, and there's no fucking way you're gonna put me in a psychiatric clinic and take my money, and and she gets all paranoid and all that. So there was one evening which was very sad. I'll make another video for that. The thing is that she continues on being delirious at nights. So I wake up when she calls me in the middle of the night, between 1 and 3, when she calls me on the phone. It's funny because she calls me and then she says she doesn't know how to use the phone, and she's very panicky by the time I get there. So I don't know how long she's been playing with the phone to try and get me, even though I've put my phone number on the first to be on the agenda list, and last night she was really delirious. She was like, what is this, and what are these nurses coming in and out all the time? This is, you have to get me out of here. They're testing us, we're like lab guinea pigs, lab rats, and they're testing things on us. And she was really getting paranoid, and I was like, Mom, there's nobody here, there's no nurse here. Where am I? Which hospital am I in? You're not in no hospital, you're at home, you're in next to our house, and in a bungalow, and there's nobody else. And she said, only when I'm alone with you I'm fine, she said. Another thing that she keeps on insisting on is that she doesn't get any sleep, whereas I often walk by because I'm worried, that her phone fell or that she can't call me. So every time I go by and to her window and listen, and I hear her snoring, so she does sleep quite a lot. But she has the impression that she doesn't sleep. It's like the same with her poo, she does go to the toilet, in her diaper anyway, but she has the impression that she hasn't done anything for 4 or 5 days. And I'm like, no, you did yesterday. That girl came to wash you and all that, and you did. It's normal, or that she doesn't piss. She also has the impression that she doesn't piss, and she has the tube in. So I said, you don't need to feel that you're pissing, it goes out straight away. But this also seems to bother her, that she can't control, she doesn't have control over all that, so when she has diarrhea, she wants to take pills not to go to the toilet. When she doesn't go to the toilet for a day, she wants to take a pill to help her go to the toilet. And it's constant. We're having these conversations like constantly about, I need to take a pill for this, I need to take a pill for that, and all that. I think in her habits all these years, she made some very serious habits all these years. Controlling when she goes to sleep by taking sleeping pills, controlling when she wants to get drunk, controlling when she wants to go to the toilet, control I mean, everything, painkillers to control every single pain she has. You know, I think she's not even used to normal pain. Like you'd say, okay, oh, it's a little muscle pain or this, and you don't pay attention to it, and it goes. You know, she doesn't do that. She needs to fix everything straight away. So if she has a little pain, it has to be straight. You know, the strong cream for the muscles. I said, yeah, but maybe it's because you were sitting and the towel, you know, was folded in the fold of the towel. No, for her, she doesn't want to. She wants to control everything, even her pain. Um, well, she does. She does ask a lot what time it is, and she's always looking at her phone for what time it is. I mean, when this woman had no time, I mean, she was living in a house, television, drinking, kitchen, food. It's not like she had some kind of program, some kind of things to do, you know, that she needs to know all the time what time it is, you know. And she might have phoned my son up, and then 3 hours later she will say, tonight we have to call your son up. And I'm like, Mom, you call, you know, that you remember that you spoke with him today. It's like, no, I didn't. But otherwise, she's kind of softened down. She does say bad things sometimes, but she's being awful sometimes, but not so much as the first days. I think now she has more of a panic that she's not gonna get out of this, you know. She's never gonna get well again. She's never gonna be able to walk. She kind of understands that she has to go in a clinic, and that she has no other choice. Because I told her, you know, you either get in like a lady, or we have to put you, because we're responsible for you, you know, we have to put you in a clinic, which is not going to be much fun. She has this weird idea that my father is going to take care of her in the old days, which is never going to happen. And she kind of says it in a way that he owes her that. This is the thing, you know, that it's about time he came back to take care of me. It's like, I mean, the guy left you 25 years ago. He didn't come back for that, you know. Yeah, it's sad. It's very sad to see all that. But I will make another little video about the sad part. When you see that little person in them, you know, that little human being in them, the glimpse of human being in them, it's very hard. It's very hard.